This is why I'm switching to tag grading in 2026. Let's get right into this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get rich together, guys. So a big reason of why I'm switching to tag right now is their transparency. And this model I have liked for years, and it's the AI-driven grading model. And they have a digital report. If you've ever sent anything to tag, you can scan your QR code and it'll take you directly to what the flaws were in your card. And this is the future of grading. Currently in my videos, if you haven't seen the black label or bust video, that's where I go into, and everybody knows that PSA owns, but I'm trying to get away from PSA, and I still like the black labels. You don't have to love everything about a company, but there is some transparency in Beckett, and they do seem to run things more transparent than PSA ever did, even though they're owned by the same company, but just managed differently. So I'm going 50-50 on BGS and tag with the hope that PSA sells Beckett at some point. This, if you've never seen this, this is their grading model and what they consider a 10. So pristine is the high 10 that you can get on a card. So if you ever wondered pristine or gem mint, here pristine is the best. And so $999 to $1,000 is what your card needs to get. It has to be almost perfect. So they're digitally grading it to see if it has any flaws. I didn't find anything if there's any human element to it, but it sounds like the human element is completely gone with this company. And if you've never seen the packaging on this, I'm going to show you guys how to submit cards. There are some flaws with tag, and I'll get into it here in a second, but it's not the flaws you would see with PSA, and why I've completely quit PSA. I haven't sent anything to PSA in over 6 months. It's been kind of crazy. And I always joke like, hey, send your cheap cards to PSA. But I still haven't done that in a hot minute. So here is the biggest issue. I guess it's a good issue to have when you have so much demand for product that you cannot keep up. And so right now, the pricing guide, you can only do express or priority. And I'll show you priority here in a second. But this is still cheaper than PSA, Beckett, and there's limited slots available. It doesn't say what that means, but it's still a better turnaround than other options out there. So you have, in this, you have $59 per card, and it has and I'll show you, you get an insurance on it as well. And then the timing of it, it's 15 to 30 days. If you haven't already, click that notify me button. So you guys, if you guys want to switch over to tag, because I'm going to wait, because I want to do all 3 sets and see if they are up to standard. Like, does it come back in 45 business days or 30 business days or 15 to 30? So I'm going to try all 3 of these, and then they have another priority grading system. So I want to try these as well. And these you can get done now. But stay tuned for that video as well, guys, because I'm going to make that video when it's just booked out. They're having so much business, and they can only do, I think what they said, they can only do about 200 cards a day, which is not a lot of cards, because when I send cards in, I do about 30, 40, 50 at a time. And so I could see the backlog on that. So they're trying to get more, and that's why they closed down the $22 a card and standard cards. So I'm hoping, I don't have a timeline. I'll look into seeing what time they're going to get that done. Hopefully I can figure that out and find that out. But priority, it's a little bit, I would like to do both of these at some point. The advantages of priority, and I believe most of this stuff comes with all of this that's included, but you get the card rank DIG report, and that's one of the coolest things that they do. You can scan it and look up your DIG report, and which is your digital grade report. So I want to show you this real quick. PSA. So if we're comparing the PSA pricing, and this is why I have gone away from this. If it's just something that I thought about doing, and I was like, never, unless PSA changes some things. But if you want it, they don't even have a 2-day option. Their 7-day business turnaround is still $300, max guaranteed of $5,000. And then look at this, premium 5,000, 3,000. Yeah, I'm sure the insurance is like good on there, but they don't even have a 2-day option on this, which isn't like the biggest deal. But then you still get upcharged for these cards. So you can be charged this and then get upcharged for the card. And for somebody that doesn't sell their cards, I can't afford to pay all these upcharges. It's ridiculous. This is what they have when you first come on to their screen, trust through transparency. And that is what I have seen through this whole process, is that it's transparent. You're not wondering like, oh, it's the grader going to be in a bad mood today. And so one of the cool things about this, let's just say we want to submit a card. This is how easy it is. So let's say we're just going to select the Express, and then we're going to, so here's what I would recommend too, so don't waste your money, the add to your tag submission kit. I wouldn't do that. Do the mystery foil wrap, and it's super easy. I'll show you guys here at the end how to submit a card. It's not that, if you've never done it, like I get it, it's nerve-wracking. People, you go to PSA because they don't want to do their cards by themselves, but it's super, super simple, guys. And so you're going to, you can get premium insurance, but I don't think you're going to need that. You're going to check out here. And then I'm not doing this today. Stay tuned for, unless you guys want me to do it sooner, then I was planning on a month to do a submission video for tag. But if you want it sooner, let me know in the comments. But you put it in, you pay, and then from my understanding, they send you an email and where to send the card, and then to put which card you're sending in. And that's all you got to do. And then it comes back in this sick tag finish where you can open it, and it's pretty sick. And so this is what some of the cards would look like. This is a pristine 10, and then you can scan that bad boy. Now at least you know when you're getting this card, okay, this isn't like this. You could break this seal and then send it to Beckett and get a black label. Like, in my personal opinion, tag is the best way to grade a card. And the centering too, like you can, let's check the centering out. Look how clean that is. You can just tell in a card that that thing is perfect, beautiful. And then I think I have another one here. Let's just check out and see if this, yeah, let's just check it out and see if it's actually, if it looks clean like that. I mean, you could tell when one side's way off than the other side. Yeah, this looks perfect. So yeah, they do a great job with grading these cards. So no complaints there, guys. But guys, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your cards, but my recommendation is that you pick out the card scheme that you like for your cards. And if you still like PSA and you don't mind the upcharges and all that stuff, I would transition 50-50. So I wouldn't have all my cards in PSA or all my cards in BGS or whatever you like, just so you can diversify what you have. And tag to me is what I'm going to use from here on out. And let me show you, this is exactly what I do every single time, and I've never had an issue with submitting a card. My Mewtwo is my practice card here. You can find these off Amazon. These are super cheap, and they just have the tab on here that they can easily pull a card out of, and so I just slip it in here. I got out of focus here. So with the tabs, you guys can put your card in here, and it makes it easy to pull out of the Ultra Pro. And then 3 points of contact, try not to hit the edges, and then you slide this bad boy in, just like so. And grab a box here, and then I got these defense guards for my cards, and usually I'm sending a bunch in at a time. So I just stick it in here like this, and sometimes I do rubber bands, but the easiest thing for me, so it's not too tight on there, because sometimes if you have a huge stack of cards, the rubber bands just squeeze it very tightly. And so I'll just do with this, I'll just do 2 pieces of tape. So I'll do a piece of tape on the front like this, and then make sure it's like in there nice and tight, or where it's not gonna move. And then I'll do one cross body. So one vertically, one horizontally. So you got that, and then I'll take my bubble wrap right here, This is what I do for all my cards. And I never had a problem shipping. And then I'll put a piece of tape down the middle right there. Grab my box. These things just fold together. I'm gonna put this bad boy in here. You're gonna get the printing label off for the order. You're gonna put that on top, the order label on here, so they can scan it in. You're gonna tape your box and then print the shipping label off and then put on top, tape it up, boom, 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 done. That's it. That's all you gotta do. A lot of people will send the money to have somebody else submit it, but do it all yourself. I think it's more fun that way. And it's like a personal thing of pride that when it comes in, you did this yourself. And so, yeah, guys, that's why I'm switching over to tag. Like PSA is done in my house. But yeah, guys, collect all the Pokemon. Jesus loves you. Peace. I'm out.